Have you ever noticed that your best ideas don't come to you when you're thinking? They come to you when you're relaxed. They come to you in your sleep, when you're taking a bath, when you're on vacation. Why? Because you're in a higher frequency. When you go into the higher realms, you start collapsing time, because time doesn't exist in the higher dimensions. So it makes sense that when you are manifesting from the heart and you're in these higher vibrational fields and you're raising your frequency, that time collapses and you don't need as much time. I'm going to be giving away 2,000 euros to one lucky winner, and one of you is going to manifest that. Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about frequency. What does it mean to raise your frequency? Everybody always talks about it, but what does it actually mean? How can you tangibly use your frequency to manifest a better life? This is all things we're going to talk about in this video. Stick to the end of this video because I have a huge surprise for you guys. So before we get into this video, thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notifications bell right next to it so you don't miss out on any future videos. I actually have a goal of reaching 600,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I usually don't like to set time limits, but I was like, let's just do it. Let's just see what we can do. So if you guys could help me with that, it would mean so much for me. Like, just engaging with the video in general really helps me a lot. I'm gonna wait for you to hit that like button, and also comment where you are watching from below. I love to read where you're watching from. We've been having so many new subscribers lately to the channel, and you guys are just like all over the world. It's the most amazing thing. So I love reading where you guys are watching from. So comment down below and let's get into the video. So you probably have heard me talk a lot about frequency, because frequency is one of those things that are really, really important when it comes to manifesting, because you can start trying to manifest a specific thing, but if your frequency, if you're not vibrating on that level, you're not going to see it come into your reality. So I'm going to talk a lot about physics in this video. Just take what resonates with you. If you look at everything in our environment, everything is like everything vibrates. This chair is vibrating, this table is vibrating, and they all vibrate at different frequencies, right? So obviously these are very dense frequencies because they're like physical, hard things, third dimensional objects that we can touch. And there are frequencies that we can perceive, and there are frequencies that we can't perceive. For example, if I would play like 5 hertz, a 5 hertz tone, you would not hear it. You would not be able to hear it. But if I would play like 100 hertz tone, that you'll be able to hear it. So our human perception is very limited. We only perceive with our 5 senses a very small percentage of what is actually in existence. There are so many things that we don't know, and I always like to say the more I know that I don't know anything, because everything is relative. There are so many things that we don't know, and I could go on and on and on about this, but how can you use frequency to manifest? So everything is frequency, and there's lower and higher frequencies. And if you look at the Hawkins scale, the map of consciousness, you can Google it. Lower emotions such as shame, I think shame is the lowest, or guilt, one of the two, they're very low in frequency. And the lower you go in frequency, the more dense things become. And the higher you go in frequency, so higher emotions like joy, even they feel better, right? Joy, love, excitement, all those higher vibrational energies and emotions, they have higher frequencies. The higher you go in frequency, the faster you will manifest. Why? Because you're going up the spectrum of frequency. And if you look at life from a perspective of having, we live in different dimensions, right? This here is the 3rd dimensional physical world. There's 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, like it goes on and on and on. So the higher the dimension is, the faster you will manifest. There are lots of stories. Actually, I will try to find the video if I can find it again. There's a video on YouTube about a man who was very sick. I don't know if it was a man or a woman, I don't remember. But let's just say it was a man. He was very, very sick. He had a near-death experience, and in that near-death experience, he noticed that whatever he thought manifested instantly. And there are countless of people that describe similar experiences, whereas in the higher realms, things just manifest instantly, and that's because they're in a higher dimension and higher frequency. And in a sense, I always say it's really good that here we don't manifest instantly, because can you imagine everything we would think would just like instantly manifest? I don't think we would really want that. But there's a trick that you can do to manifest a lot faster. When I started implementing this trick, I saw results happen so fast. I'm sure some people wouldn't even believe me. Like, I would manifest things in minutes. I kid you not, guys. Minutes. So before I share this trick, I want to take a second to interrupt my own video and share with you what I have been working on the past months. I am so excited to share this with you. I'm honestly like, my heart is like bursting out with excitement. I have been working on this and conceptualizing this over the past few months. If you've been desiring a space where you can learn how to manifest, but like really not just the surface level stuff that we get into on YouTube, but the actual real physics and science behind manifesting, how to get rid of limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging, how to heal your trauma, right? Because it's great to talk about manifestation and all those things, but we all have trauma and we all need to do shadow work. Like, let's be real for a second. Shadow work is very important, because you can't, like I always say, you can't sprinkle glitter on shit. It doesn't work that way. Like, you can't just, if your body is storing traumatic experiences and emotions can literally get stuck in the body, and if you don't release that, it's gonna hinder you from manifesting, trust me. If you've been wanting to learn how to use advanced techniques to manifest and to just live your highest potential and to have that space where you can interact with other like-minded people, I've created a brand new community called Limitless. It's a monthly subscription, and we have meditations on there. The meditation, I don't just put these meditations out. I've been testing these meditations for weeks and months, and they are very powerful. We have tons of meditations on there, from inner child healing to manifesting at lightning speed, manifesting with precision, quantum leaping, collapsing time. We have a space where you can talk to other people. You don't just get to consume everything. You get to, if you want to, you get to speak to other people and maybe make lifelong friends. We have once a month a kit coming out, and every month is going to be a different theme. So I'm going to talk about all sorts of topics related to manifestation, and I have a goal to reach 1,000 members in this membership. And here comes the absolute amazing part of the subscription-based membership, which I've never seen done anywhere else. Once we reach that threshold of 1,000 members, I'm going to be giving away 2,000 euros to one lucky winner. And one of you is going to manifest that. We're actually doing the manifesting in real time. One lucky winner in the community, in the membership, is going to earn 2,000 euros. And that's not all. And there will also be a monthly live coaching call and Q&A call. Once we reach 100 members, you can get 10 euros off currently with my code for the founding members. I'm giving you guys a code for 10 euros off for the first founding members. I'm just beyond excited to share this membership with you guys. I sat down, I said, how can I serve better? And Limitless was born. It's revolutionary, and there's the meditations that in and of itself are so potent and so powerful, and other people that I've shared the meditations with told me their entire body was buzzing when they did it, and for me it was the same. So it's usually $37.99 a month, but you can get it at $27.99 currently with my code. I don't know how long I'm gonna have this code up, to be honest with you, and I want you to take a moment to invite people that you know into this community. We can only change the world by doing the work together, and we're so powerful in higher numbers, and the energy in this membership is going to be even more potent. And so you can join at $27.99 and have a chance to earn 2,000 euros sent by me, cash, no questions asked, once we reach that 1,000 members. So it's a teamwork effort. We get to work together. So we get to do this together. This is something that I would have wanted, because when I went on my healing journey, awakening journey, bettering myself journey, I was doing it all by myself. I was doing it alone because no one else in my environment really understood what I was doing. I'm gonna be honest, no one really understood me. So that's why I'm so passionate of creating community and creating a place where we can do this together, and we're not just learning, it's a win-win situation. You guys can actually manifest specific, tangible things, money, gifts in this membership. Once we reach 1,000 members, it's going to be Christmas every month in this membership. Even at 500 members, I'll probably already do like a little surprise for you guys. So if you know people that would highly benefit from this, that have been looking for something like this, share this video with people, share the membership with people, spread the word, get it out there so we can all do the work together, we can all grow together, and we all can create a better planet together. This is how the work gets done, guys. It starts individually. It starts with ourselves, and then we radiate that outward. It's literally like a domino effect, right? So the link is right here and down below. Sign up, subscribe. You're gonna have a chance to manifest so many amazing things in this community, and you're gonna learn things that I've never shared anywhere else. If you're on this path of manifesting and creating your best life, promise me that you'll give it a try. You can cancel anytime. There's no commitment whatsoever. You can cancel anytime, no questions asked. So it's just a win-win-win-win-win situation for all of us. And I think we're changing the system from the inside out. Like, we're changing the world from the inside out, and we get to do it together. So I know I kind of rambled a lot here, but Limitless is a project that's so dear to my heart, and I just want as many people as possible to get their hands on this information, because I promise you, there are a lot of things that aren't shared on YouTube. There are a lot of things that YouTube doesn't even want us to talk about, you know? So in these private communities, we can share more things, you know? We're more like, this is my website. I can do whatever. There's no censorship. I can do whatever I want on there. So just putting that out there. So onto my trick on how you can manifest faster using frequency and vibration. The thing that has changed everything for me is to, when I'm like visualizing and meditating, is to start breathing from the heart and not just from my lungs, but really like focus my energy on my heart center and kind of see my heart expanding when I breathe, and just manifesting from that center, because your heart has a magnetic field, and that magnetic field is 5,000 times stronger than the brain. Your heart is 5,000 times stronger than your brain. So that alone should show you that you can just manifest a lot faster when you do it through the heart. But how do you actually do that? It depends how you're manifesting, but you can send that situation that you're trying to call in, send it love. That person that you're trying to call in, send them love. Feel yourself connected to the unified field, to the quantum field, to the field that surrounds us all, right? This invisible field that we can all draw from and that we all manifest from. The field of God, the mind of God. You can create with that field, because in that field there's infinite potential. And this is not taught anywhere, because they don't want you in your power. They don't want you to know these things, because we become so powerful when we know these things. We become so powerful when we know these things. Knowledge is power, and they're constantly trying to keep humans in this lower vibrational field where all we perceive is the third dimensional world. And when you're in the third dimensional world, you're working with time and you're working with space, right? Nothing right or wrong about this. This is just how it is. But when you go into the higher realms, Joe Dispenza talks a lot about this. When you go into the higher realms, you start collapsing time because time doesn't exist in the higher dimensions. So it makes sense then when you are manifesting from the heart and you're in these higher vibrational fields and you're raising your frequency, that time collapses and you don't need as much time, you don't need as much space. You become lighter and lighter and lighter. Actually, we have a quantum leap manifestation meditation in the Limitless membership. It is my absolute favorite. It's divine. It's like my body is buzzing and tingling every time I do it, and I can really feel the power of it. And so when we're in these lower emotions of like stress, all we can perceive, have you ever noticed that when you're stressed out, you're worrying, you're tired, even just being tired or having consumed alcohol, those are lower vibrational foods and beverages, and that lowers your frequency. I'm not saying to never drink alcohol, but they do lower our frequency, and we can only perceive like the 3D world when we do that. And another thing I also shared a lot in my masterclass is you can only perceive that which you're a vibrational match for. That's why a lot of people that aren't awakened yet, they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you make no sense. And in a sense, we can't blame them because they're not on the frequency of being able to even perceive these things. So years ago, I used to get so offended when people would be mean to me or be like, what are you talking about? Now I just like, it doesn't affect me anymore because I know that they can't perceive it. So, you wouldn't blame a person when they can't see an elephant in front of them when they have blinders on. Like, you wouldn't say, you're so stupid, you can't see it. You would know that they have blinders on and they can't see it. And people that are still asleep in this matrix, that this is just how it works. They can't perceive it. So if you're in the lower vibrations, you perceive the lower things, the 3D world. There's nothing right or wrong with that. But if you are on this path of wanting to manifest your best life and creating your best life and creating abundance and just living from these higher frequencies, we become lighter and lighter and lighter, and we increase our vibration, and that's how we manifest faster. And there's a lot of things that when I go into these higher states of consciousness in meditation or in sleep, that I was perceiving and information that I was downloading, right? Because everything in the universe is mathematics, it's coding, it's information. You constantly have information in the field. And an example that I can give you is when I find it so interesting, and I've seen it happen with myself a lot. I find it so interesting when authors, musicians, artists, any type of creators, sometimes they would get the same song that comes to one artist will come to the other artist at the same time. Or, oh, I'm actually running out of battery. Or sometimes I would have an idea of a video, I'd film a video, and then a few days later I see another person talking about the exact same thing, or vice versa. And I didn't even have the time yet to put the video out. So the person didn't, we don't know each other. The person obviously didn't copy me, but it's like we draw from that information, that field of information. And it's like ideas are kind of flowing out there, and whoever is perceiving them, and like God is always trying to create through us. We are a vessel for God, and the field wants to create through us, right? So it is going to work with people that are ready to draw from the field. So it makes sense then that people all across the world would get similar ideas. Every time an invention has been invented, there were like competitors, and it came out around the same time. Have you ever noticed that? That's very, very interesting. That's because physicists, scientists, inventors, artists, they usually get their best ideas when they're relaxed, when they're in the shower. Albert Einstein used to take baths. Like, that's where he would get his best ideas. Have you ever noticed that your best ideas don't come to you when you're thinking? They come to you when you're relaxed. They come to you in your sleep, when you're taking a bath, when you're on vacation. Why? Because you're in a higher frequency and you're able to perceive these things. So I hope that makes sense. Again, if Limitless speaks to you, I would be so happy to have you in there. Share it with people. Share this video with people. The more we can get this information out to people, the better of a world we can create. Subscribe, like, comment. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.